Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Melissa and I help people navigate through their mental health journey. And in this video, I'm going to be busting 4 common myths about going plant-based. So let's just jump right into it. So I think a couple of videos ago, maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, sometime around there, I referenced this book, this guide with going plant-based, and there was another part of it that I wanted to cover with you guys because I found a lot of value in it. And there's this page here that talks about busting 4 common myths about going plant-based, and just wanted to go over it with you guys and just kind of share my thoughts on it. Going over this, I think it's important because a lot of times when we want to make healthy choices in our life, especially with diet and eating healthy, the common misconceptions that they may have about it, they let that derail them from even getting started or taking actions with just making better overall health choices in their life. The first myth is eating plant-based is expensive, and what it says here is a study in the Journal of Hunger and Environmental Nutrition found that eating a plant-based diet that uses olive oil as a healthy source of fat costs almost $750 less per year than eating one thing that is focused around animal protein, and the plant-based diet delivered more servings of fruits, veggies, and whole grains. To further cut down on costs, consider using frozen veggies and fruit in meals. They're just as nutritious as fresh. I feel like this one is very true, and I know that I might just be someone who is also in a position of privilege because, you know, there are socio-economic factors that really do inhibit people from living the healthy lives that they deserve to live. But anyway, I'm going to be making a video where I put Jonathan on a 30-day plant-based challenge. In that video, it's going to be launching sometime this month. I'm currently finishing up on that. Jonathan and I went to this grocery store called Fred Meyer. We bought organic. We filled our cart all the way to the top, and I had only planned to buy all that stuff for a week. Total of it, I think, was like $130. That lasted us for 2 weeks for 2 people. $130 for 2 weeks, that's like what? $65 a week. Just don't let that derail you. It's a lot less expensive than you might actually think. You need to buy organic produce when following a plant-based diet. And it says the reality of it is if you prefer to purchase organic products, great, but it's definitely not required. The benefits of eating more fruits and vegetables far exceeds the risk of ensuring those foods are organically grown. Because organic products are not always available and are almost always more expensive, I prefer not to emphasize this as a priority or prerequisite for a healthful diet. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely true. And if it's not something that you're able to acquire, there's levels to this, right? And just because you can't eat organic doesn't mean that you shouldn't even try at all. If you can't eat organic, then just go with the regular vegetables and regular fruits. You'll still gain value from that. Don't have the zero or all or nothing approach when it comes to diet. I can understand how it can be a little bit difficult to navigate diet and nutrition, especially with the information in social media and on the internet these days. And then the third one is it's impossible to eat out on a plant-based diet. And the reality of this is more and more restaurants and fast food establishments are tweaking their menus to provide plant-based options, a move that's great for business. One report from the Good Food Institute, a nonprofit that promotes plant-based eating, found that when restaurants added more plant-based dishes to their menu, they increased foot traffic while lowering the cost of ingredients. The current trend right now is that so many people are going vegan and the numbers are going up, and so from a business perspective you want to cater to that population, right? And so more and more restaurants these days are providing plant-based options, vegan options in their restaurants. Before I was unemployed and I got laid off as a result of this pandemic, I was working in a sushi restaurant and we had vegan options. A couple of weeks ago, Jonathan and I decided to go out to eat at Joey's and they had plant-based options. They had the Impossible Burger, even Burger King. I don't know if it's the Impossible Burger, but it's something similar to that. There's more options these days, and I don't think that it's gonna stop. I think it's just gonna continue to grow. So you have options with eating out, and there's more and more vegan restaurants that are popping up as well. You'd be surprised at how good vegan food is. There's actually some vegan restaurants where they make food that actually tastes like meat, and it's crazy. I'm excited to see where it takes us because it's just gonna continue to grow. But anyway, moving on to the last myth, it is plant-based meals aren't filling, and that is a huge misconception. I can attest to this for sure. You can even ask Jonathan, who eats a lot. But anyway, the reality of this is, even though plant-based meals can be lower in calories than similar meat-based dishes, that doesn't mean you'll be stuck with a constantly grumbling stomach. Plant-based foods like vegetables and whole grains tend to be high in filling fiber. If you find that you aren't feeling satisfied after a meal, make sure you're getting enough protein from sources like beans and tofu, and fat such as from avocados or olive oil, which will also help fill you up. And don't forget to drink water. Dehydration is often mistaken for hunger. Yeah, I feel like this is so true, because especially when you're trying to adopt a whole foods plant-based diet, you're essentially trying to eat as much as you possibly can, because you're not eating a lot of one thing. A lot of people feel like when they go plant-based, they have to eat salads all the time, but that's not the case, because whole foods plant-based means eating everything, eating sources of food from all ranges. So that's nuts and seeds, beans and legumes, leafy greens, vegetables, sources of protein, carbohydrates. You're eating all of that. And oftentimes I'm not eating enough to hit all of my daily nutrients. It's a lot. You're eating a lot more than you usually would. And so that, I would say, is the biggest misconception with going plant-based, that it's not filling. If you're doing it wrong, then yes, it's not filling. But if you're doing it right, then you won't ever have to worry about portion sizes. You won't ever have to worry about rationing your foods, because you're eating everything. You have to eat a lot more than you actually do on a regular basis. But anyway, that is it. That is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, much love, and many blessings to you.